Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, so you know what time it is? It's time for Sewing Wednesday. Yeah, Sewing Wednesday. I'm Lorene. Got my cross stitch buddy here, Carolyn. She's here for another week. So she's joining me today, and we've been up to a lot of good stuff, haven't we?
Oh my gosh. The new year has come in with a bang.
Happy New Year!
Yes, Happy New Year to everyone.
We did end up staying up till midnight. If you watched our last video, we told you that we were going to do the Winter Blues. This is something we started last year in 2022 on New Year's Eve. We stayed up to midnight, and at 12:01 we started a new project. It's got to do with winter, and it's got to do with the color blue. That's why we call it the Winter Blues. So we did it again this year. I cannot tell you that I want to do it next year because I felt...
Lorena's already declared she's not doing it next year, but we've got a year to decide.
I felt pretty bad the next day. I was in such a bad mood. My husband goes, "What is wrong with you?" I go, "I'm just tired." So anyway, but we had a good time. We did get like 10 stitches in at 12:01 or something like that.
Yes, we did.
So
this was a real quick stitch.
Oh, this was really quick. It only took us a day. Carolyn, maybe...
You finished yours on January 1st, late in the evening, and I finished mine yesterday.
Yeah, so let me
show. Let's show them.
Let's show them. So
this was the pattern.
Winter on the Square by Scissor Tail Designs, and we ended up doing the middle one, this little snowman, which is so cute. It turned out so darling. And Carolyn did hers. Well, I'm gonna let me.
I did mine on a.
Show them what you did.
Okay, let me just show you. This was a little frame that you can buy at Michael's. You get a package of 3 of these, and they're small, of course, but it fit perfectly for this little design. And Lorene did hers on regular Aida cloth, so hold up yours.
Yeah, there. I actually used, let me just show you, I used the 14 Aida white opal. So it's got a opalescent, is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
Shine to it. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
So I'll show you mine. I just love this little guy. Here he is. Isn't he cute? There's 3 shades of blue that we use. So there's Carolyn.
Stick mine in there too.
Yeah, get them.
Yeah.
Can you see both of them at the same time?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. So that's our Winter Blues. So woohoo! I'm not sure we're going to do the other 2 pillows. Carolyn's thinking about it. I'm not sure.
Well, this little framed cross stitch Aida cloth fabric that comes in this packet. It comes in a packet of 3.
Right.
And I actually, yeah, there you go.
They can just see the pattern. Let's
Absolutely.
See. I'm going to make mine into a pillow, and of course Carolyn's already, hers is framed. So
the package of 3 little frames that comes, I've already stitched did just a running stitch to indicate the middle of the fabric or the middle of the frame. But one thing I want to point out, if anybody's interested in these at Michael's, you have to be careful. And one thing I did not do when I picked up this package, I didn't look at it. Now, it may be hard to see, but I'm going to hold these 3 up side by side. And the top 2 are real smooth and even. The bottom one is a little wonky as far as the way it's laid out on the frame, and so it'll work, but the first 2 is good. So
so they really need to look at them before they buy them.
Yeah, look at them before you buy them.
Right.
And these 2 come in this off-white fabric as well as white. They only had this one color when I bought it at Michael's, but there's mine.
So pretty, so pretty.
So we finished something. We started something and we finished it already.
We started something and we finished something. I need to get a book. I've got a little book. I'm writing it down, but that was our first thing to write down. January
2024. We finished
something.
Yes.
So good. So what do we want to do next?
We need to show them. We started a couple of things the last 2 or 3 days of the year. Let's show them that. This
Madonna and Child.
Madonna and Child.
Lavender and Lace Madonna Child. This is a free pattern. Cindy sent me a couple of that she had. Cindy sent me a lot of lavender and lace, and we're having so much fun looking through those. So we found this Madonna and Child, and also found out that you can get it from another website, which I will list it below in the show notes. So, but we started that.
This is the pattern, and it is one of the free. This is actually the pattern card, but you can download these off of a website that Lorene will post down below. There's about 14 or 15 small projects from Lavender and Lace like this, and if anybody knows Lavender and Lace, they don't do a lot of small projects.
No, they don't.
So they do have these 10 or 12 different ones that are small like this, Christmas related typically. And so I started out with a frame. Backing up just a little bit, one of the things with Lavender and Lace, they refer to a gold metallic thread called 284Z, which I don't believe you can buy anymore. It perhaps is out there somewhere, but we've not been able to find it. So we adapted it. We use a DMC E3852, I believe it is. And that's an okay gold to use. We're using just, in this particular pattern, it says to use one strand of the gold and one strand of another color. And Lorene has, this is beautiful. She's worked on the Madonna. Go ahead and show that.
Yeah, last week when we showed it to you, I just had her arm done. I just had this part done right here.
Yeah.
And now I've got her face, part of her face done, and her hair.
She's beautiful.
Oh, she is beautiful. Isn't she lovely? And I've got her eye in and her nose and mouth.
I have not done any part other than the frame
see it
itself.
right there.
Yeah, let me put it on here. I've done the frame. The frame is all done in half stitches, which is nice. It goes quickly, but the continuation of the frame all the way to the top is going to be similar to what you see in this picture. But then when I start filling in the center of the Madonna and Child, it's going to be beautiful. But I've sort of gotten sidetracked with
You have gotten sidetracked.
another project or two.
So this is you want to hold yours up beside mine too?
Yes.
This is Madonna and Child. Put it right there. Lavender and Lace.
Yes. And again, this is the pattern.
Yeah.
But you can get this as a freebie off of their website, which Lorene will list below.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And thank you, Cindy, for sending it to me.
Oh yes, thank you, Cindy.
I didn't even know it was out there.
For Lorene passing it on to me.
Oh, I know,
So-
right? Right.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay.
So, shall we show our other Lavender and Lace?
Well,
we
if
might
you-
as well that we start.
Oh, okay. We have a new start, Lavender and Lace. We told you last week that we might start Christmas Tree for the new year, and I talked Carolyn into it, and we did. So let's show the pattern first.
Okay.
Let me get it out. Mine's over
Yes,
here.
I don't have it.
And I had one, and Cindy sent me one. So I had two, and Carolyn's got one now, and I have one. This is Old Christmas Tree. This one is hard to find right now, along with.
There's a number of Lavender and Lace patterns. From what I understand, they will reprint them periodically. And there's a Facebook group called Lavender and Lace,
Right.
Specifically Lavender and Lace projects. And I actually posted something out there recently regarding the Secret Santa. Last week I had asked you all if anybody had or knew where I could find that Secret Santa pattern. One viewer responded that she thought it was available in a shop in Portland, Oregon. But in Googling the shop, it didn't look promising. It talked about the shop being closed for a number of months and that things took months to get. And so I'm not sure if it's a real legitimate shop actually. But in posting on Lavender and Lace website, Facebook group, I stirred up a lot of stuff.
You had a lot of
all of a
people
sudden I
comment.
posted the picture saying, does anybody know where I can get this?
Right.
And there were probably 50 or 60 people said, oh, I want it too. Where can I get it? Where can I get it? I want it, I want it, I want it. And so the person who not controls, but has access to, I think her name is, I can't remember her first name, but the last name is Katz, K-A-T-Z. She responded and she said, we will reprint this. And so they are available at local needlework shops. They are not available directly through Lavender and Lace website, but different patterns that are older, out of print, like Old Christmas Tree and other, they do reprint them periodically and make them available to
The
local,
public.
the public through local needlework shops.
Right.
I believe it's there's a website, Stony Brook. I'm terrible.
I think
with
it
names.
is Stony Brook.
Stony Brook. They actually post it. They have it on their website saying not yet available, but you're able to put in your name and email to be notified when it is available. Right. So there are a number of places that it will be available in the future. Oh, Christmas Tree is one of them. The Secret Santa was one. But we started Oh Christmas Tree.
Okay.
The end of December.
December 31st or December 30th, we started it, and we've both done Oh Christmas Tree down here, and we've started on the little girl over here. Okay. So Carolyn has been working on this faithfully. I've been doing other little projects. I have worked on it, but she's done a lot here.
No, I don't need that. I have my little.
Okay, you got your own thing.
This
going on?
is what I've done so far on Oh Christmas Tree.
Wow.
I've not done any of the gold threads yet, but the reds in the words Oh Christmas Tree, there's 4 different reds used. And the dress, there's 4 different reds. There's going to be additional red going up the side of the dress there. But
That's
and then
beautiful.
This morning, I decided I need a little color, so I added a few stitches of green at the bottom of the dress. And so Lorene has done a little bit more.
Well, I've done a little bit different. It's not as
Yes.
much as. Okay, here's mine. Oh Christmas Tree. And the fabric's been great. I'm gridded. Is it gridded?
Gridded.
Gridded, yes.
Yes, I gridded it for you.
First of all, let me tell you about this. I have 3 lavender and lace patterns going at one time, and they're large, all 3 of them. This is my 4th one. The wedding, the children's garden, and enchanted alphabet, and now I've got Old Christmas Tree. Well, the other 3 big ones are not gridded, and I've lost count on 2 of them. I've messed up, and I'm gonna have to frog some thread out. So with this one, I told Carolyn, could she grid my
Fabric
my 8 o'clock for me so I can keep up with the count? And she did. It took her hours. And you're so sweet. She did that for me. And she's going to actually do a video, because some of you guys have asked, how do you grid your fabric and how do you actually use it once you grid it? We're going to do a video before she goes home and put it out there for you guys who's interested in this. But she did grid it for me so I can keep up with the count correctly, and it is working beautifully. So that's what I've done. Oh Christmas Tree. I've got the wording in, and I started on the little girl's dress. I've done a lot of the green down here. I've done the little ornaments down here. I did start with the gold thread that I'm using, and I started with 2 strands, which ended up not working. So Carolyn goes, why don't you just use 1 strand? And she actually started the bottom there for me to see if that would work, and it is working. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera or not. But yeah, I'm using 1 strand of the gold.
That E3852.
The E3852. Because it really is hard to work with if you got more than 1 strand. It's impossible to work with. So 1 strand is working perfectly with this. And I think it's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely. So let me show you mine one more time. I've not put any gold in yet, but I did add a little green toward the bottom. And so once the girl's dress is done, Then we could start on the tree.
That's right. You want to hold yours up again right beside mine?
Let's see.
Is it in the camera? I can't
Yeah.
even see.
Yeah.
So it's
it
Old
is.
Christmas Tree by Lavender and Lace. This
So
is going to
gonna
be
a lot of fun.
it's going to be big, people.
While we're talking about lavender and lace, we were discussing what our goals were for 2024.
Yeah, we were.
Uh,
Yeah, we were.
Just like a year ago, we were talking about our goals for 2023. But for 2024, we want to complete one large project. Whether we've started it yet, obviously we've started 2 or 3, but we want to complete one large project. So if we complete a Christmas tree, or if you complete one of the other larger ones, or if we start another larger one tomorrow or next week, as long as we complete one large one for the year,
Yes.
and then we can add a lot of smalls along the way. Other small things like the winter, that we would consider that a small.
Yeah.
A number of the projects you do with the Miss Veronique
Yes.
patterns,
Yes.
those are smalls. And then if we want to throw in a medium or 2, we'll do that.
Right.
But we want to at least get one large project done.
That's right.
Done, stitched. Whether it gets framed or not,
That's right.
We
want it
deal with it.
FO'd. We want it to be a
Yes.
finished object.
definitely.
Yeah, so one
So
big
that's
one.
our
So
project.
you guys keep us on track, okay? So
And
which big one are you working on?
while we're talking about our goals for 2024, anybody that remembers a year ago, I had a goal for 2023, and that was to buy no new patterns in 2023. Well, that lasted a few weeks. Not long.
It got so bad. We went to the Stitch Niche in Fort Worth, and it's that cross stitch store. It's the only one close to me, and we went in there, and it ended up she wanted to buy. I said, no, you can't. It's 2023, and you have committed not buying patterns this year.
What am I going to do?
So what she did, I ended up buying her pattern and gifting it to her. So
I
it
said,
was
"Can
just
you buy this
there's no way.
Well, but I will say, throughout 2023, I only bought a handful of patterns, not very many. You've given me 2 or 3. You gave me the old Christmas tree that was gifted to you. You gave me a couple of others that were gifted to you. But along the way, I did buy 2 or 3 small patterns. But that's all right. So I'm not
okay.
going to make that commitment this year.
I'm not
but-
either. I don't think I ever
I'm not
will.
going to be buying a whole lot this year either. So anyway, but we've got lots of things to show.
Oh yeah,
So-
we've got some quilting with project bag, some
Well,
fabric.
let's finish one more thing on lavender
Okay.
lace.
She's got one more thing. She's
yeah.
got one more thing,
This
guys.
was a pattern that was
Oh, this is from Cindy,
from Cindy. It's,
and I'm going to let her borrow it.
Yeah, Santa of the Village, or Santa of the Forest, excuse me, Santa of the Forest. And this one is one that I'm going to attempt to do as well. It's just a beautiful, beautiful
I
pattern.
know when she saw
And-
that, she just like, I want to do that, and I
Yeah.
said, well, here, take the pattern and go do it, and
Yes,
just bring it
and-
back.
And anyway, this is another one that is out of print, but they are going to be reprinting them and making them available in your local needlework.
And a lot of floss tubers have already started this, and it is beautiful, especially that bear in the center. I mean, it is gorgeous. So anyway, I'll be excited to see that, Carolyn.
Yes. Well, okay, well, I'll work on it.
Work on it, girl. Well, you want me to show some of the smalls I've
show
done?
your Miss Veronique ones.
Yeah, I've been working on Miss Veronique, guys. She's still my favorite designer right now. And I'm doing it out of the retro cross stitch book. And I want to show, not yet,
Not
Carolyn.
yet, I know.
Carolyn's always antsy to show
I know,
y'all.
I am.
And I've got a way I do it.
I know. Well, you just tell me.
This little girl right here is what I've done right here. I finished her. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, some of you are getting to see some of these projects completed before I show you on my YouTube channel. So,
Can I hold it up now?
yes, you can.
Okay,
Oh,
here we
boy.
go.
Isn't
She
she
is cute.
a doll? Well, she's a doll, but isn't she cute? So I finished her. I think she was done on New Year's Eve. I wanted to get her done in 2023, and I did her that evening on New Year's Eve. But she is adorable. Let me see if I can open up the book here. Hold it up right beside.
Is that showing?
No, you got to come closer to me. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. That's Miss Veronique out of the retro cross-stitch pattern. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I caught her finger in the book. This is a big book too. It's 500 patterns. So anyway, I'll just put this right here. Okay.
And there's one you actually started in the new year and finished in the new year.
Yes, I started it yesterday and I finished it yesterday. It's out of this book. I cannot pronounce it because it's all in French. The whole book is in French. But this is by Miss Veronique. And get it laid over there so Carolyn can show you in a minute once I show you the pattern.
When I get the approval.
She gotta wait till I tell her it's okay. Yeah. We're having so much fun. Can y'all tell? It's this little girl right here. I finished her. I'm working on Valentine's stuff. So you want to show them?
Here you go.
Isn't she pretty? I just love those colors. And like I said yesterday, I started it yesterday and I finished it yesterday. It was really a quick stitch. She is adorable.
Believe it or not, Lorene does a lot of things other than cross stitch, but she does these small projects can be done in a day.
Yeah.
So.
I'll just
that'd be great.
I'll just hold it up like that so they can see that she's down here, and here she is right there. And I started another one out of this book too. I'm in winter and Valentine mode right now. I don't think Carolyn's seen that other one I started. This is 14 count white Ada. Most of Miss Veronique's stuff is on 14 count white, but this one is on 14 count white opal. And I like the little shimmer to it, so that's what I did it. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you the pattern first. It's this one right here. And I've started on her. I've got her shoes, her legs, and the bottom of her dress done. Yeah, isn't that a sweet little couple? Oh my goodness, they're adorable.
And I'll hold it up for you.
So you can see, I started her this morning. It doesn't take long to do these. I just love doing these.
You started her this morning?
Mm-hmm. I put her shoes on last night, but the rest of her, her shoe, one shoe, and the rest of her legs. So I should say I started her just before I went to bed last night. So it was last night. I put that.
That's beautiful.
But only put 3 stitches in, but it's still a start.
Still a start. Yes.
It's still a start.
So.
Okay, let me just hold her up.
Well, those are beautiful, as always.
There you go.
Would this be a good time to mention this cream?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how many of you have rough hands. My hands are really rough.
Mine are too.
Especially after you've washed them throughout the day, they just get rough and the cuticles. Well, I use this cream. It's called Udderly Smooth. And this, you can buy it in some drugstores, but the best place I have found is Amazon. And this little tube is a 2-ounce tube. And you can actually use this in a carry-on if you fly anywhere. But I typically buy the 4-ounce tubes. It's about twice the size, obviously. But you can get 2 of them for maybe $8 or $8.99.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. But you can, off of Amazon, and you can put that in a link below. And it's really good. And just for FYI, I like the original formula. There's no scent to it, and it's just really nice. It's not it tells you it's for rough, dry skin, gentle, soft, smooth skin, and it's not greasy. It says absorbs fast without greasy residue.
So it won't get on your cross stitch. So you put it on your hands and go right
immediately
to
cross stitch. Yes,
that's good to know.
It's really, really good
because you don't want to get anything on your cross stitch.
But anyway, I love this, and I use a lot of, I go through this a lot.
Yeah, she keeps it right. We've got her lazy boy chair when she's here to sit in. I've got my lazy boy chair. We have a table in between us, and she's got that cream right there. She's using it constantly all during the day. I've snuck it too. Finally, she said, "Lorraine, don't ask me to use it anymore. Just
use it.
Just use it." I said, "Okay." Okay, what's next?
Well, I don't know. Do we have any more cross stitch? Or
Yeah,
are
I
we
want to
trying
show
move on
them
to-
this. Talking about Valentine's.
Oh yes, you finished that.
Well, I haven't finished it. I've still got the back stitching to do. Be mine.
Okay.
Be mine. I pulled this one out. I'm almost finished with it. But I want to tell you guys what I'm up to with it.
I would consider this a medium to large. So this could count as a medium finish for this year when you do the back stitch.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this will definitely be a lot of back stitching.
Yes, it will.
But what I've done, I wanted to do it all in black, all the back stitching, and I've started on the little girl, and I've made it my way up to partly up her dress. I don't like it, so I'm going to do what the pattern says. The pattern shows different colors for different parts of the back stitch. It's the same as Veronique. She has different back stitch colors, and it makes the picture pop.
Some are gray and red.
Red. It depends on what it is. If it's the heart, it's probably going to be outlined in red. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to frog out all the back stitching, which Carolyn's fixing to show you, and redo it and then finish it up. So hopefully next video they'll be finished.
I thought you said Carolyn's going to take out all the back stitch for me.
Oh, did I say? Well,
I thought that's what you started to say.
Well, Carolyn,
I might
if you
offer it.
feel,
I
if you
might
feel
offer it.
impressed to do that,
I
you can
might
frog
offer
it all.
However, I don't know. Anyway, this is it. It is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, but it's going to be more gorgeous once the back stitching gets in it. But I'm going to take all this out that I've done in black. So anyone that's doing this, I would recommend do it just like the pattern is saying. Use the colors that they're calling for
I
the back
personally
stitching.
wouldn't take it out, but I know why you're doing it.
Oh yeah,
So I may offer to do it for you.
Well, you're sweet. So, but that's it. Miss Be Mine is almost done.
I have that pattern at home, but I've not started it.
Oh yeah, I think we've got a lot of patterns of the same.
Yes, we do.
So that's Be Mine. Just get it up there. Like
Good.
this.
Well, you know what? I think that's all the cross stitch we have, Lorene. But we have other things.
We have other things.
Yes.
We've gone to the quilt store that we talked about.
Oh my
Miss
gosh.
Pinky's. Well, Pinky's
Well,
too
there is
the
one
name of it.
more. It's related to cross stitch. I want to show
Okay,
you.
well, this part of the video, we're going to start with a project bag and
Yes.
fabric and.
In my last video, I showed a project bag that I had done. That was. Let me grab it here. That I had made out of a cross stitch Christmas tree.
It's very pretty.
That's the one I showed last time.
Very pretty.
And I had one more pattern that I wanted to make a bag with. I made the bag a little bit smaller, and but I used the same green for the background. But this is the Strawberry Sampler by Sugar Stitches.
That's beautiful. And you've got it behind the vinyl to protect
Yes,
it.
I covered it with vinyl, and this is the back. And on the inside, I have the solid green on the front of the back, at the front of the inside, and then on the back, I did the same as the back. But I think this is really nice. A couple of you have asked about the vinyl. This particular vinyl, you can buy vinyl at like Joann's, Hobby Lobby. We have gotten this in the past and used for all of our projects at Hobby Lobby.
Yes, it's on a big roll.
It's on a big roll. It's about 4 feet wide, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different weights to the vinyl. And we could post on your video below the one that we use.
Yes.
You're able to sew with it fine. The only thing that you have to be aware of, you have to have something on the top of the vinyl to sew. Now, in this case, like this red trim here, I actually had I put the right side of the fabric next to the vinyl, and I was able to sew, and then I folded it over fine. But when making normal project bags that we've made from side to side, you have to use the tissue paper that comes with the vinyl.
Right.
But then that works well. The tissue paper, you can sew over it, and then it just rips off.
Right. It just makes it easier to sew on.
But I think this is really cute. I think it turned out
It's
so
beautiful.
good,
Oh, it's beautiful, Carolyn.
you know.
Yeah, very, very pretty.
Because I have to come up with things to I don't want to just make pillows or, you know, go to the cost of framing a lot of things. So I may just start making bags out of finished
Well, yeah.
cross-stitch
I
project.
mean, why not, right? I mean, you don't want
Yes.
to sit underneath the bed in a
So-
container or anything. I mean,
So
you
I
want
just
to
want to show both of them again. That's the spool tree that I did last week.
so pretty.
And then that's the strawberry sampler.
Very nice. Very
Well,
nice.
thank you.
Hopefully she'll be able to do a video on how to make these project bags one day.
Perhaps.
It probably won't be this trip down, but maybe a next trip down.
Yeah, on both of these, I kind of, I just was winging it as I was going.
Well, you were designing it.
I tend to just, I don't follow a lot of patterns.
Right.
And it's hard for me. That's just my mind. My mindset goes to, well, I can do this and I can
Right.
do that. And so in one case, I had to do a lot of ripping out of a side because I cut it wrong, but it worked out.
Hey, well, you were teaching yourself how to do it. I mean, it was a new
Absolutely.
design. I mean,
Yes.
you know, you didn't have a pattern or anything to follow. You were putting it in your head and try to get it on the
Absolutely.
fabric. Okay, what's next? Okay, we went to Pinky's 2, which is a quilt store. And we spent some money.
We spent some money on some fabric that we're using for our vintage quilt.
Well,
I think you were going to start a new little project with that.
Yeah, so what do you
Yes.
want to do? You want to show
Yeah,
them?
that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Just show them what you got.
We got so much stuff. We don't know what to show y'all first. Remember this book I got? I got it off Amazon. I want to do this little yo-yo bucket bag. Well, I was waiting for Carolyn to get down here, and she got down here, and she goes, Lorraine, do you realize this is a little tiny bag? I thought, really? So we're going to do it, hopefully before she goes home, but we're going to enlarge it because I think it's like this
Yeah,
big.
it's only about 8 to 10 inches.
Yeah, and I
tall
thought it was like
wide.
12 to 14 or something like that. But I went ahead and bought the fabric from Pinky's 2, and I wanted it to be similar to what this bag looked like, or looks like. And,
So she got some red checkered
yep,
and then some red polka dot. So she's got those two colors.
I got those 2 colors. And then I bought these to kind of make some of the yo-yos with.
And she's got a pink one.
And a blue
And
one.
then another blue one with some pink and reds in it.
Yeah.
So I think those will be darling.
Oh, yeah. So that's what we're going to plan on doing, hopefully
So
next week. Right?
well,
We gotta work-
gotta
we're
be
running-
next week
we're
because I'm
running
leaving
out of
the end of next
days.
week.
I
I'm
know.
going home. I have to go home.
I know, you got to go home. Got to go home to Maryland.
My lease
then
is running out here in your house.
Lisa's running
My rental agreement for the house.
She's funny, y'all.
I know.
Here you go. I bought this too. It's Trinkle. It's Trim Pack, 5-inch square. But she did only lease the room for 1 month, so.
Yes, 1 month. The lease is up next week.
This is really cute. This is really cute. Let me
Oh
show
yeah,
you.
those would be nice.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, but I had to have them.
Well, that's what I'm going to show you. I had to have too.
Okay. Oh, wait till Carolyn shows you what she got. I was really good. Then Carolyn shows up. And it's like, oh my gosh, Carolyn, at the cash register. I thought, whoa.
So, as many of you know that have been with this channel for a while, we have been working on a vintage Christmas quilt.
There's 5 of us doing this.
Yes. Lorene's daughter, I'm doing it.
And a couple
Lorraine
more
and
people.
a couple of other people that we've not personally met, but other than through Instagram. But this is a vintage Christmas quilt by Lori Holt. And we started it the first week of October with the plan. The original plan was a minimum of 1 block per week. And that would take us up through like August or September of next year. And some of us are on schedule, some of us are ahead of schedule, and some of us are behind schedule, Lorene.
Oh, I know, I'm way behind, but I will catch up.
Yes. But Lorene did one square this week.
Well, let me put it on in
Yes.
here. Wait a minute, let me get this.
I
cleaned
believe
up.
this is block 6, 7, 8, no, block 10.
This one is Santa. Oh, Saint Nick is what the block is called. Right there.
And this is it.
Isn't he cute? I thought he turned out
Absolutely.
really darling.
It turned out you did a great job.
And Carolyn cut him out for me. I sewed him up, but she's cut him out. And she's also cut out the next block, which I haven't got to put together yet.
Yeah, I've offered to cut out 2 or 3 blocks for her before I leave.
Yes, so just to get me caught up a little bit. But that's Oh Saint Nick on Vintage Christmas. And she's got the little toy soldiers cut out right now, so I'm working on those. So anyway.
When I've got to tell you I'll confess something. When I made my block, my Santa block, Oh Saint Nick, I had them all done, and I thought, he looks different, he looks wrong. And I had done these ears right here.
She's talking about right here.
Right here and here. I had done them upside down, and so he looked like he was a
elf. He had pointy ears, and it was hilarious.
And so but I didn't notice it until I had them all done, and so I had to rip a few things out. But then I corrected it.
She sent me a picture, and I immediately saw the ears, and I went, he looks like an elf. And she said, he is an elf.
But anyway,
it was so funny.
It was a little funny.
It was funny. He looked funny.
It was.
Okay.
And so I've actually, I'm on about block 23, I believe. I finished block 23, which is 18, 19, 20. I'm up to right here. Right here.
She's down to here.
So I've
and
posted
I'm right
them
here.
I've posted them on Instagram on what is that channel on Instagram? The Vintage Quilt by
the hashtag Vintage Christmas Quilt Blockathon.
Blockathon,
Yes.
Anyway, but I'm on block 23. But when we went to the fabric store, I had to buy some more fabric.
Yeah, I'm looking at it in your lap. She's got a bunch of it sitting in her lap.
I needed more, but I bought all Christmassy fabric. I have so much fabric at home.
It's beautiful,
but I just bought some little quarter yard of each of these. There's 8 fabrics. But they're all Christmassy.
Aren't they beautiful though? Y'all take a good look at these.
I may just offer a few to Lorene if she wants a little piece.
Oh, of course I would love. Of course I would.
I really only got these for a couple of the blocks because I have a number of my blocks already cut out for the rest of the quilt. So anyway, but yeah, these are all Christmassy, of course, and they will be beautiful to use in the rest of the quilt.
Yes, it would be gorgeous.
So. Anyway, and then you wanted to show, excuse me. I also bought a packet of, it's by Moda Fabrics. These are, what are they called? What are they called?
Fat quarters?
Fat quarters, yeah. And so I bought a packet of fabric. I'm not going to unwrap it all, but it's just in the soft reds and colors.
It's called French General. This brand is French General. So, by Moda.
But I don't know. You just never can tell what I'm going to come up with this.
Oh, I know it. So look how big this thing is. I mean.
Anyway.
But
we had fun. And then we bought ourselves a little trinket as a gift. I mean, as something to.
I forgot about that.
Work with our sewing machine.
Well, you bought me one.
Well, yeah. What did I do with mine?
Oh, here it is. I put it over here because I almost knocked it off.
Okay. It's just a little thing. I'm going to put this next to my sewing machine.
It's so Emma and also Lori Holt. Stash and Store.
It's just
you guys may already have these.
Oh, yeah.
I know my daughter has like 3 or 4 of them. I didn't have one. Did you have one at all?
No, I don't have one. But it's designed. It's rubbery here in different little segments, and you can stick scissors or a pen in there. It just sticks. Here's a chopstick that can be used to punch out corners, push out corners. Here's the seam ripper, and it just fits in there, and it's just really nice.
Well, thank you for buying me one. She asked me what color. I said pink.
Well, they only had blue and
Well,
pink,
only-
so
yeah, but when she got home, she
Yeah.
goes, "You can have one. Which one?" I said pink. So anyway, isn't this pretty? So I'm going to use mine.
yeah.
I'm going to use mine for sure.
I leave my sewing machine out all the time, so I'm going to put this right next to my
That'll be perfect.
my
That'll be
machine at home.
perfect. Like I said, Christy, my daughter has
Yes.
3 or 4 of them, and she's got them all stuck beside her sewing machine. She's got a really nice sewing studio. She calls it her sewing
Studio, yes.
And I thought, honey, it is a sewing studio. It's beautiful. So, is that it for today?
Well, I think we've covered everything that we talked about, Lorraine. I'm sure when we finish, it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess that's it. Oh, at the end of the year, though, what we're going to do, okay, all through the year, starting January 1st, we're writing everything that we're working on down, okay? And as we finish them, at the end of 2024, when Carolyn comes back down for the holidays again, during that time, we're going to take our list. She's going to bring her cross stitch, right? The ones that you finished.
I'll try to.
Bring her cross stitch. I'm going to get my cross stitch together, and we're going to do a
End of the year wrap up.
end of the year wrap up with a little parade of all the stuff that we have done, starting with January and going through the whole year to Christmas. And we'll show you guys month by month what we finished. So, and there's got to be one big one in that bunch.
Absolutely. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
We can do it. And you guys keep asking us about it too, to keep us on track. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have a happy new year. And
Absolutely.
I don't know if we're going to do one more video or not.
Well, we're going to do the gridding one.
The gridding
We
one
can
at
put out.
least.
And depending on next week, we may do one more, and then I'll get on the plane and fly home.
Okay, so, but anyway, until then, you guys keep on stitching, and we'll see you soon. All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has.